Hey, yeah, what's up? Do you want to see over $1 million worth of equipment? You bet I do. And you better stay tuned to the end of this video. Done. Well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms, and today it is the start of show season. So I'm at my local farm expo. I think it's called the Quad Cities Farm Equipment Show. I see it on the newspapers right now. As you guys can see, there's over millions of dollars of equipment in here. I see a Case combine, Deere skid loads, Deere mini excavator. I see a bunch of stuff. So let's walk around, let's talk to some people, let's have some fun. What do you guys think? So naturally I gravitate to the biggest things in the show. Kuhnel's got a 7250 combine. I'll kind of walk around. But I'm just going to walk around, do a little tour right now. They got a nice row track sitting here. 120-inch spacing. Looks pretty decent. Let's walk around, see what we can see. Got a New Holland Miller sprayer. Here's the Deere booth. It's a River Valley. It's basically just like a city dealer. But one thing that is really nice, I've gotten driven one of these once, is the new R-Series Gator. These things are slick. It was basically designed by the tractor cab designers, so you can kind of see there's a lot of similar things on the tractor cab, like the trim color, the seats very similar style of material. So pretty cool. I really want to demo one of these Gators. We're actually going to be looking at a new side-by-side here soon, so we'll see. But this is, like I said, from River Valley Turf. These Gators are nice. First Gator that has a heated and AC cab. And it's definitely wider too. What would be nice about this is they're wider. These are wider than our mule is. Our mule is probably a quarter size of this. So having a nice big bed would be nice. They have a 5045E here. A couple smaller tractors, just for like the acreage guys. A lot of side-by-sides here. So this is a Mahindra. I've never sat in one of these before. 15,000. 35 mile an hour, so it's comparable to the Deere. I guarantee this one's a little bit cheaper. Looks like it's got like a touchpad radio. That's pretty nice. Very similar, can fit 3. Similar width, I'd say, but no cab. The one from Deere cost about 25,000. There's a couple more over here, like there's a Can-Am. So a lot of side-by-sides at this place. A couple semis. That's a nice looking Mack. So a telehandler would be really nice to have at some point, but I don't know if we have enough cattle or do basically enough to justify a telehandler, because they are very expensive, but they'd be really handy. Basically use a telescoping boom to stack bales 5 high. That would be really nice. Oh, this is pretty cool. Basically an extended bed. Yeah, a lot of side-by-sides here. This is definitely the show is definitely geared to more of the acreage type of owner that got like 5 acres is going to take care of. A lot of hometown dealerships though. This is from my hometown, Raider Brothers out of Bellevue. Kuhnel's our local Case dealers here. So there's quite a bit of people here. So this isn't a big show by any means. I literally just made a lap in about 5 minutes. So it's not a big show, but there's actually a decent amount of people here. It's mainly just like kind of local dealers and stuff like that. But it's, like I said, my hometown show is only 15 minutes to get here. So let's walk around, maybe see if we can talk to some people. Look at some equipment you don't usually see. I'm gonna start with Vermeer round baler because I've never been around one before. So here we go, a Vermeer 605 cornstalk special. So I wonder what makes this a cornstalk special, but this is a 605. I'm assuming it's a 5 feet wide, 6 feet in diameter round bale. So let's look around it. So this is different than our Case. So our Case has basically a pre-compression roller that basically just rolls along with the crop. But this thing has, it looks like a kind of a spiked 3-pronged teeth across the width to basically keep stuff flowing. I wonder if that's part of the cornstalk special. I can see that the pickup cams are offset, so one half is out of phase with the other half. So basically, this one's like that, but the other one's like that. So that's kind of interesting. That's different. You guys ever run a Vermeer? You guys know how they work? Here's your wrap system in the back. So here's a 504 Vermeer silage baler. So this one's a little bit different. This one's got like your compression roller. So I'm wondering if they basically have different things for silage and corn stalks. That's kind of interesting. Neat. Here's something I hope we don't ever need. Snowblower. Oh, something sticky there. So here's a Kubota skid steer. It's an SVL 65. I have no clue what that means, but one thing I really love about Kubota skid steers is their cab door goes up inside the cab. So you can kind of see it's halfway folded. Fold it down to close it, fold it up to open it. Or like our case skid steer is just like a door, so it swings out. But when you open the door, you can't use your bucket at all without breaking the door. With this thing, you can have it open or closed, and you can still run. That would be really nice. I know old Deere skid steers used to do that, but I think just Kubota sells new ones right now that do that. I think, well, maybe Mustangs and Gales do that sometimes too. I'm not sure. So this is what I mean. This door swings out like that, and you block your bucket. Alrighty guys, we got a treat with you. So I'm here with Marion Calmer. So a little bit of backstory. We have a gearing off head back at home. I've ran Calmer chopping heads before, or Calmer stock rolls on corn heads before. I know what they can do, so that's why I was really interested. And I actually learned some things coming over from, so I'll go ahead and let Marion explain a little bit more for you. So Marion, go ahead.
Well, it's a great day.
Yes. Nice meeting you, Marion.
Nice to meet you as well. We're here at the Quad City Farm Show in Rock Island. And what I've got here at the table is our kit. And it's what we call an upgrade kit for the North Star head. And it's really a pretty decent corn head, but it has the tip-to-tip or knife-to-knife design. And we've all run that. And it does a really good job. But as it wears, then that air gap starts to get too wide. Right. And then all of a sudden on a damp day, it doesn't want to pull it through, or the stalk gets to the top of the row unit, and at 8 o'clock at night, it starts to hairball up there, and you just don't get the chop on the ground. And so that was one of the things that happened on my head. So on the North Star, then we just take the bolts out, and you can take those 4 blades off of each roll. You can leave the stalk roll on, the bearings on, all that stuff, leave it all connected. And you pop those off right here. There's 3 bolts in this area right here. And you pop those all off, and then this is just a clamshell that replaces that, so the spiral stays on, and then there's Allen bolts right here, and then that bolts the 2 clamshells back together over the top. Here's the seam, and so now, instead of being tip to tip, now we're overlapping and intermeshing.
Yep.
So now, if it wears a little bit, we're still getting chop. If it wears a little more, we're still getting chop. So as this stalk roll wears, we're still getting the chop that we're looking for. The other thing that we did on this particular stalk roll is we changed the length of the flutes. So we know that we're going to feed up along the threads of the spiral. And so that's why we start with long flutes, then they get shorter, 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 shorter. And then the stalk comes up here, and then we go right back to the long flute. So the 2 long flutes come together and collapse on that stalk from both sides. And that's how we grip it, and that's how we get the traction. So the first time I touch the stalk, I want to take it down.
Right.
And that's the thing that we have. So if the stalk is green, if it's bone dry, or if it's foggy or a light rain or late at night, we're still going to get traction.
That makes sense.
Take it to the ground.
Well, one thing I looked at, it looks like you got a wear coating on that too, because like you said, that's where you want it to touch. Well, it's going to wear the most there too. So
yeah, we're all farmers, and I know that as well. And so this blade right here is a rebuildable wear bar, and this is just a bead of hard surfacing. So after you get 4,000 or 5,000 acres, you get a little groove right here. Then you can just take the MIG welder, go in and touch it up.
Oh, that's nice.
So we've got some guys out there that are running 12-row Deere heads that are up over 12,000 acres.
Wow.
And that's right about at the end of the life there.
That's crazy.
So we tell everybody here at the show, you get about 1,000 row acres.
That makes sense.
Then it's about time to replace it. But the Gearinghoff is a good corn head. It just needs a little bit of tweaking, and boy, we make that sucker really sing going down the field.
That's exactly right.
Now, the other thing that we've noticed with the Gearinghoff is we see a little more trouble with butt shelling. And we know whether it's a New Holland or a Case or a John Deere, we know what's the most popular problem.
Right.
And so we address that. So on the Gearinghoff, the butt shelling seems to be one of the common threads that farmers talk about.
Yep.
And this is the crown gear that is in the end drive or the oil bath, and we buy them right from Gearinghoff. And we want you to switch that out. That way we can slow that head down just a little bit. Because when you take an ear of corn and you think about it, if you set it on the concrete in the shop, there's no butt shelling, there's no kernel loss.
That's exactly
You pick the ear up and then throw it onto the floor, and kernels are going to go everywhere. So we know that speed is what leads us to butt shelling. So we're going to slow the head down. Once we do that, then we're going to want to go in and speed the gathering chain back up just a little bit.
So this is your drive sprocket on the gathering chain.
This is the drive sprocket on the gathering chain, and it's got the spline in there. And then we put that on there. You can still use the same chain that you're always used to, so you don't have to go buy a new chain. It takes up a little bit of the slack, so the idler's a little tighter,
right?
And you don't have trouble. I don't know about you, but I had trouble. The chains wanting to jump off.
We replaced half our chains this year because of that.
And so that'll help make that problem go away. And then the last part of the kit here is our beveled stripper plates. Allows the leaves to go through, allows the husk to go through. And then on impact, I've got the bottom of the ear is rounded, so I have a rounded surface against a rounded surface.
That makes sense.
And I get a lot less butt shelling there as well. And you can kind of see that bevel. It's straight up here in the front for harvesting down corn, but over here is where it's got the bevel in it.
And that'll be really nice compared to, I believe this is what's currently on them. You got basically your straight welded rod all the way down.
Yeah, we call that an electric fence rod that's welded on the end, and that may be really butt shells.
That's exactly right, butt shells, and we find it actually tends to plug a lot more here, and that's why you haven't touched on it, but I'm actually kind of excited. You got this much more opened up compared to this. It's a lot more closed down. We find with on wet conditions, you're plugging a lot up in there.
You're exactly right.
Because this is so much more farther in front of your row units.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. It's one of the other characteristics of the Geringhoff. We don't see it on the other ones. It'll do a little bit of plugging out here in the front, and so we're trying to address that as well. But
that's been our biggest fight that we've been having back home with ours.
Oh God, I tell you, that's something else. But anyway, if you want to come see us at a trade show, we've got a brochure. You can go to our website, KelmerCornheads.com, and we can get you an estimate, a list of parts that go into your kit. We've got a 100% money-back guarantee. We've been voted Product of the Year by the American Farmers. And last but not least, my cell phone number comes right with the kit. If you have any issues at all, you can call me, even if it's a Sunday night, because I'm farming just like everybody else. Call us and we'll be happy to help you.
And this is the owner of the company. How many companies the owner actually gives out his cell phone number? To me, that's pretty special. So it's going to be something that we're strongly going to look at this year. We're definitely got plenty of information from him. So Marion, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good to talk to you.
I want to say good to talk to you as well.
You betcha.
Alrighty guys, that kind of made me a little happy. I told my uncle about Calmer's like a month or two ago, but he really wanted to stay away because he didn't want to pull the entire stalk roll off to put a more intensive stalk roll on. So that kind of made me a little happier. So I bet he's going to be happy once I actually bring him those news. So again, thanks to Calmer and thanks for Marion for telling me about this and explaining a bunch. So let's continue on and see what else we got. A nice New Holland tractor, T6 175. Same, so our T7 210 is very similar, but this thing's 7 years newer, so same naming convention, but different styling, different cab, different loader. I really like the black loader. That's kind of nice. Yeah, it's definitely got a different cab in here. So I've heard of these type of systems before, but I've never seen them. It's basically an auto hookup of wagons. So what you do is you put a new hitch on your wagon tongue. When your hitch goes on the ground, this is kind of staying up, and then you match it so that your hitch that's on your tractor, when you back up, it guides in through this, slides it right up, and then hitches it in. So this thing's pretty cool. Look at that. This thing looks really easy to use. I don't know, it'd be kind of cool. If we had more wagons, that's something we'd definitely do. But maybe for chopper boxes, it'd be really nice to do someday. Oh. Looks like it's an Agra speed hitch. Yeah, for chopper boxes, it'd be really nice. So it looks like you back up, and then when this kind of ledge right here hits this, it folds up and locks you in. That's slick. Alright guys, so back at the Quad City Farm Show right now. I'm here with Caleb, and one thing that's really been interested in me for the last couple of years, and Caleb actually has us set up right here, is a grain bin monitoring system. So one thing that we struggle with is sometimes getting hot spots in our bin, and Caleb has a solution here that'll kind of help us out that we're really interested in. So Caleb, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, so we offer a system that can do anything from monitoring alone all the way to monitoring with automated fan control added on. We offer systems where you can plug a monitor in to get temperature and moisture readings from the cables, and we also offer systems that can be read from the phone or computer remotely. I can run you through the website, but basically the cables will show up with their data points and sensor readings on a website like this. Temperature, moisture, you can do 3D views with it.
That to me right there is really cool. You can kind of see a 3D view of your temperatures and your moisture content in your bin. And it even kind of tells you how full your bin is approximately.
And then if you add on the fan control portion, there will be, you can start and stop the fans from the computer. There's a lot of data points for plenum EMCs, temperatures of what's going on in there. And you can set it to a completely auto mode where you set target EMCs and ranges, and it'll turn your fans off and on based off a weather station.
That's awesome. That type of system is really, really interesting to me. I mean, we were talking before this, and he even mentioned it. I completely agree with him. If this type of system saves one hot spot, you already paid the system off. Because, for example, 2 years ago, our wet bin got a hot spot in it, crinkled our bin. Now we got to replace that bin before its life. So, I mean, if we had this system, we wouldn't have that issue. So that's why we're really, really interested in this type of system.
A lot of information right at your fingertips there.
That's exactly right.
Basically, all your money set in one spot for a farmer.
I mean, that's how we get paid as a grain farmers. It's the money, it's the grain in the bin. So Caleb, where can people find you?
You can go to our website at www.lincoprecision.com. It's one spot. Also, my phone number and emails on that website. They can contact me direct to, I think, the business card here, but we cover a large portion of Illinois, parts of Iowa, Indiana, and Wisconsin, and have sold and installed dozens of these systems. So.
Awesome. Well, Caleb, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Good talking to you.
Good talking to you as well. All right, here's the big booth, the case booth. 7250. It's pretty dang nice. This thing is shiny. Holy crud. Someone forgot their jacket. I think someone lost something. What I'll do someday is I'm going to do a difference between a case combine and a Deere combine. Would you guys ever be interested in that? Those of you guys who don't know, I'm an engineer on Deere combines. So, like I said, I know a Deere combines pretty well, and we have case combines, so I know those pretty well. So, if you guys ever want me to do a difference video, one big difference that I can spot right now, the fan on a case is a hydraulically driven, where Deere it's a mechanical drive. Neat. I'm kind of disappointed by the lack of presence of Deere. There's like no Deere dealers here at all, even though we're in where Deere combines are made and Deere planters are made. Here's the inside of a case combine. It's kind of nice. I got this large wire concave, and here's your separator grates. All right, let's hop in the 380 tractor. Wow, is that one of that carpet standard? Ooh, so this is new. I'm in the new Magnum Connect tractor, and this is all new. So I haven't been in this tractor since Louisville. So first kind of thoughts, this is the brand new 2020 tractor. The interior was designed in partnership with Dodge because somehow I believe Case IH and Dodge are connected, I believe through, I can't remember Case's parent company right now. I'll probably put it down there. But they're connected right now, so I believe Dodge actually, the interior designed it. So first things I noticed, massive cup holder. Really nice leather looking, I like this bright leather. It kind of makes the stuff stick out and pop. I love kind of the console up here. The steering wheel is really nice, the leather wrapped steering wheel. I really like kind of this new joystick or this new control right here. I don't know, I wish it was a little bit higher, like it was at this angle, because right here it kind of just feels a little weird, like it's going to hurt my wrist at the end of the day. But overall, this tractor looks really nice. I'll kind of do a pan around the outside here in a bit, but it's, like I said, it's got the new grille, got the new styling, and it's got the new Pro 1200, which that's going to be really nice. I haven't played around with the Pro 1200 much yet, but it's the new monitor. The old monitor, the Pro 700, is like 6-7 years old. It's outdated. It's been due for an upgrade. I believe you can change the assignments of these SCVs. So there's a reason they're not pre-colored, is you can change them. So you can make this one be 1 or 3 or 4, whatever you want. A lot of cup holders, a lot of new features, but I don't see a fridge yet. Is there a fridge in here? I need to look. No, I do not see a fridge. There could be one, but there's not a fridge. So. Anyway, this is the 380 Magnum CVT. It's a road track, so it's got a half track. It's the back wheels are tracks. The front ones are actual wheels. Also, completely underrated feature, your seat swivel. This thing swivels almost on par with a Deere now. The old Magnums can't swivel worth a dang. This one, the reason why a seat swivel is nice is because when you're pulling an implement or a planter or something, you're steering whatever facing straight forward, but if you want to turn and look, instead of cranking your neck like that, you can twist, and it's only a slight kink. You guys might think that's very finicky and very minor, but when you spend 10-12 hours a day in these things, that stuff adds up and it makes a difference. Here's your New Holland sprayer. It's basically an old Miller, but it's a New Holland bought Miller, so now it's a New Holland. But the best thing about these type of sprayers is their ground clearance. I can almost walk all the way underneath it, and I'm 6'5". That's what's really nice about these things. Good thing, while you want high clearance is when if you want to put fungicide on corn. So corn, you only put fungicide when it's tasseled, and tasseled corn is anywhere from 8 to 12 feet tall. So you need to have a high clearance machine. For reference, my sprayer has a ground clearance of about like that, so I cannot walk underneath it without bending over. So these things have their market, that's for sure. They're really nice. Another good thing about these booms is that it's very compact. It's just an inverted diamond. So this Hawkeye nozzle control from Raven is actually what I got on my case sprayer. So I'm gonna ask them a little bit on serviceability type of stuff. So I got some more information on how to really service our sprayer. So yeah. Alrighty guys, there was a couple interesting booths that I ended up going to today, that's for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys enjoy this type of video, there's gonna be a couple other farm shows I'm gonna be going to. Let me know what other stuff you guys wanna see. If you guys wanna see any different products from like any of the big manufacturers, any specific things like grain dryers, grain legs, bins, anything that specifically you guys wanna see, let me know in the comments down below. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, closing up at the Quad City Farm Show. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hartung Family Farms. And of course, guys, as always, ta-ta for now.